Hey up, welcome to Plus Parks and Attractions, and today we're in Whitby at Whitby Abbey. First, a Christian monastery was built on this site way back in 657 AD, but the ruins, as you can see now, originate from a 13th century Benedictine abbey. Whitby Abbey overlooks the North Sea on the east coast of England, but was made famous in 1897 with the publication of Bram Stoker's Dracula, giving Whitby a sinister association with the character. Bram Stoker regularly took holidays in Whitby and started writing the book Dracula in Whitby. In the novel, after Dracula crashed his ship on the cliffs below, he then runs up the 199 steps to the graveyard of St Mary's Church in the shape of a black dog, the hellhound of Dracula. You might just be able to make out the East Yorkshire coastline in the background of the Abbey. It's a little bit of an hazy, sunny day today, but it's a lovely day to have a walk around the Abbey. Don't know if you can make out all the crows, all the birds inside the Abbey. It gives it quite a gothic, eerie sort of feeling, especially with the connections with Bram Stoker's Dracula. It'd just be a bit more scary for bats. So over there in the distance you can just see down to Whitby and Whitby Harbour. See along to the east coast. Some sections of the Abbey which have fallen down but we've managed to erect. It's a nice area for sitting down. For thousands of years the people have travelled to Whitby by sea and settled here on the coast. The 17th century Abbey was one of several Anglo-Saxon monasteries found here near the river mouth opening into the North Sea. Also included monasteries at Hartlepool, Jarrow and Monk's Wearmouth. Well, this allowed travel, communication and trade from the late 18th century. It also meant that they were vulnerable to Viking attacks. So you can see the coastline down there, Whitby, the harbour of Whitby. Over there in the distance you can see the church, St Mary's Church, where Bram Stoker wrote that Dracula bounded up there as a hellhound to the graveyard. Let's pan over and we can see the Abbey. Did you know Whitby Abbey was the first monastery to be founded in North Yorkshire? It was founded by Abbess St Held and dates back to 657 AD. Looks like we've got a grave site down here in the foots of the Abbey. I don't know if I got it wrong, please comment below, but it looks like a grave site to me. Maybe some of the monks who used to reside here. There's no actual plaque to say exactly what they are, but I'm assuming they're the monks' grave site. I look down here, it looks a bit like a well. Yeah, I think it's a well. Maybe where they used to get the drinking water from. Definitely a well. So why don't we go and explore inside the Abbey. It's a beautiful day today.
theatre.
As you can see, there's accessible ramps. If you're in a wheelchair, you've got mobility issues, but the steps aren't very deep, so it's quite easy to walk up. See some of the old columns which support the roof of the abbey. 664 AD, Whitby Abbey hosted a very important meeting attended by leading churchmen and nobles, known as the Synod of Whitby. It was held because there was no agreement among different Christian groups on whether to celebrate Easter. So the ruins of the abbey have provided inspiration to lots of artists and writers over the years, including Bram Stoker, who we discovered and spoke about earlier. Bram Stoker's Dracula. I guess this is where the altar used to be, up at the top. You can probably imagine the altar at the front here, and a number of different pews and the path leading up to the front. There are pathways, maybe other altars, other pews along the side, maybe for the less noble of the congregation. You can see all the weathering in the sandstone. So we have got a bit of a section of the roof still standing here. Looking back down, let's go to where I think the altar probably used to be. Looking down the monastery, down the abbey, where you would have all the congregation.
Yeah, I'll just walk that way and come down. You could go down there,
Yeah, I mean,
on this way, everything's dragging me down.
If you look just through that arch right down on the far end, you can actually see the sea and Whitby Beach. You can see Whitby in the background, that building in the foreground with a red roof is actually the YMCA at Whitby. Go down the steps. You can see the beach and Whitby, hotels in the distance. And that's currently the Abbey Museum. Maybe you can comment below and say what that used to be, what building it used to be. It looks very grand. It looks like it should have had a pool, a lake in that centre area with all the cobbles. Looks like it should have been a fountain and all water over it. I don't know, maybe you can comment and let me know what that building is next to Whitby Abbey and what its purpose was originally. As you can see, Whitby Abbey, it's ruins at the moment, but it's really nice for a day out, especially today when it's been really sunny. There's plenty of seating all around. It's pretty much flat, you are walking on grass, but all the areas are flat, easy to push a wheelchair, easily to get around if you've got any mobility issues. And as I say, there's plenty of seating all the way around the actual English heritage site. Very accommodating for any plus size people who want to check out Whitby Abbey. As you can see, it's very plus size friendly, very accessible to people with wheelchairs and mobility devices. There's plenty of ramps everywhere where there might be steps. It's definitely a good place to come visit, maybe for 2 hours, 3 hours. You could come and bring a picnic. Definitely a nice place to come on a day like today. So that concludes our visit to Whitby Abbey for today. If you enjoyed this video, why don't you give it a thumbs up? If you like my other videos, hit the subscribe button, and why don't you flick that bell so you get notifications whenever I release new videos. Thank you for watching. Civi.